Well, hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. As we're going through Leviticus here, we've done 3 sessions on Leviticus chapter 24. Chapter 24, we were dealing with 3 things that are holy. We talked about the holy oil, we talked about the holy bread, and yesterday we talked about the holy name of the Lord. When we were talking about the holy name of the Lord, stuck in there was a section dealing with an eye for an eye. It was if you have this offense, this is the consequence for that offense. Okay, so I wanted to come back to that today because we have taken that and we have gone to extremes on both sides of that. Okay, and God laid this out. He laid this out in the Jewish law and said this is the way to be. And so I wanted to take a closer look at that today. And this is taken today from Leviticus chapter 24, verses 18 to 22. And then this will be the final episode of chapter 24. How do you like that? So, verse 18, it says this. Anyone who takes the life of someone's animal must, 17. Anyone who takes the life of a human being is to be put to death. Okay, so it's capital punishment. If you take the life of somebody, you're to be put to death. Verse 18, anyone who takes the life of someone's animal must make restitution life for life. Okay, so you're either to pay for that animal, mostly, or give, if you kill someone's cow, you give them a cow of equal value. Okay. Anyone who injures their neighbor is to be injured in the same manner. Fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. The one who has inflicted the injury must suffer the same injury. Okay? You're going to be careful about, let's say, using the old thing. Watch out with the BB gun because you're going to put your eye out. Well, if you put your neighbor's eye out because you used the BB gun, I know it doesn't happen hardly ever, but you put your neighbor's eye out because you used the BB gun. Your eye is to be put out also, okay? You're going to remember forever because I had my eye out and I did something stupid and shot the BB gun where I shouldn't have, okay? So that will help you remember really well. Rather than go, oh, give the guy $5 because you shot his eye out. Verse 21, whoever kills an animal must make restitution, but whoever kills a human being is to be put to death, okay? So there's a difference here. You make restitution, but if you kill a human, you're to be put to death. There is no restitution for that. Verse 22, you are to have the same law for the foreigner and the native born. I am the Lord your God. Okay? So if you had the guy that lived there all his life and then you have the foreigner come, it's the same law. It didn't change like, oh, you're from out of state? Oh, we're going to do this. You don't have to obey the law this way. No, if you're in the nation of Israel, you're all treated the same way. Okay? So there's several ways that we have gotten way away from this today. Well, the first thing is like if you're native, you're a foreigner or you're native born. So the law applied equally to everybody. Okay? We've taken this today and we've gone, oh, okay, because you're this people group, the law doesn't apply to you like it does to this people, okay? The law should apply to everyone the same way, no matter what color my skin is, no matter how much money I have, it's all applied the same way, okay? So that's a big thing here. And then the other thing is, when it goes on, and we've used this so often here, tooth for tooth, but Jesus will go on to say, hey, go beyond that. That's, because you guys were sinners and you needed to, have restitution. But he says, look beyond that. If someone pokes your eye out, allow them to do the other eye too, to show love for that person. But the whole point of the restitution here, it was an eye for an eye. What we are guilty of, what I would be guilty of, is if someone, let's say I get in a fist fight with somebody and they punch me, on the jaw and end up breaking my jaw. Well, I'm so mad at that point that I go and I'm punching them on the jaw. I don't want to just break their jaw. I want to break their nose. Okay? So instead of a jaw for a jaw, it's now a jaw for a jaw and a nose. Okay? And it goes back and forth. And in the same way, someone happens to, accidentally kill my dog. Well, I'm so upset about that I go and I want not only their dog killed, but I want their dog and their cat killed. Okay? So God put that in place so that it would be a fair restitution. We wouldn't be going back and forth. And that's how things have developed, have gone crazy, is because we have this revenge thing. Oh, you killed my brother? Well, I'm going to kill your brother and your sister, and it goes back and forth, on and on and on. Okay? It was to stop. It was an eye for an eye. Okay? The other extreme we've taken today is we have gone and said, oh, you killed this person? Oh, that's okay. You don't have to have, there's no capital punishment for you, okay? Because that would be cruel. Even though this is what God has said, it's a life for a life here, okay? Or if you stole something, let's say, you're working for a company and you stole I'll just use a figure, $100,000 out of over the years, stealing that from the company. Well, what happens is you get caught and you might go to jail for a little time, but you don't have any restitution. There's no restitution. It's like, oh, well, he served a couple months in jail, and so now he can go free. Well, what about the $100,000 that you stole? So it should be, the restitution should be equal to that. So if that makes sense. So there's three extremes we have taken to this eye for an eye. We've made it not equal to everybody, is the first way. And then the second way is we have taken it to the extreme. I'm going to get your eye, but I'm also going to get your eye and your nose and your jaw, okay, to that extreme. And then the last extreme is we've taken it and we have said, oh, you hurt me? That's okay. The government will say that's not you. That there's no restitution for that, okay? So those are things, and God pointed it out, knowing this was a problem. So anyway, something to think about for today. Thanks for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Leviticus. And tomorrow we're starting chapter 25. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then. Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking